I swiped right on his profile late one night, drawn in by those piercing blue eyes and the bio that read like poetry. Adventurous soul seeking real connection in the chaos of city life. Little did I know, the guy I'd been anonymously flirting with for weeks, sharing secrets about my hidden doubts and dreams, was sleeping in the room next door. When I finally mustered the courage to suggest meeting up, his response hit like a thunderbolt. "Hey, this is weird, but are you Alex from apartment 4B? My name is Alex Thompson, a 25-year-old graphic designer scraping by in bustling New York City. I'd moved here 2 years ago from a small town in Ohio, chasing the freedom to figure out who I really was without the weight of family expectations pressing down. My roommate, Ethan Harper, was the complete opposite. Confident, outgoing, with a job in marketing that kept him networked and always on the go. We met through a Craigslist ad. He needed someone to split the rent on his cozy Brooklyn walk-up, and I needed a place that didn't scream, starving artist. From day one, our dynamic was easy. Shared takeout dinners, binge-watching shows, and the occasional deep conversation over cheap beer. But I kept my personal life locked away, especially the part where I questioned everything about my attractions. The app was called Connector, marketed as a space for genuine matches beyond the superficial. I downloaded it on a whim after a string of awkward dates with women that left me feeling empty. At first, I told myself it was curiosity, exploring options in a city where anything goes. But chatting with Blue Eyes NYC felt different. He was witty, vulnerable, sharing stories about growing up in a conservative family that made him hide parts of himself. I opened up too, admitting I'd always felt out of place in straight relationships, like I was performing a role. Our messages built a quiet intimacy, late-night confessions that made my heart race. That fateful evening, I was lounging on the couch, phone in hand, when Ethan's text popped up, not on the app, but on my regular messages. "Dude, you home? Grabbed pizza." I froze. His app profile picture was a candid shot from our rooftop last summer. The one I'd snapped myself. How had I not noticed? The username, the details, it all clicked. Panic surged through me. Was this a joke? Or worse, had he known all along? Confrontation came sooner than I wanted. Ethan walked in, pizza box in tow, his easy grin fading as he saw my face. "What's up? You look like you've seen a ghost." I held up my phone, the app open to our chat. "Blue Eyes NYC? That's you." His eyes widened, color draining from his cheeks. He set the box down slowly, sinking into the armchair across from me. "Alex, I had no idea. I mean, your profile pic was just a silhouette. This is insane." We talked for hours that night, the pizza growing cold between us. Ethan confessed he'd been out since college, but kept it low-key at work and with casual friends. Me? I was still in denial, insisting my app exploration was just figuring things out. But as he spoke about his own journey, the rejection from his parents, the thrill of first love with a guy in undergrad, something stirred in me. It wasn't just attraction. It was recognition. For the first time, I voiced the words aloud. "I think I might be like you." Ethan nodded, no judgment, just quiet support. "Take your time, man. But if you are, that's okay." The next few days blurred into a haze of awkward silences and stolen glances. Living together amplified everything. I'd catch myself watching him cook breakfast, shirtless and humming to old rock tunes, and feel a pull I couldn't ignore. At work, designing logos for a startup, my mind wandered to our conversations. Society's voice echoed in my head. My Midwestern upbringing screaming that this wasn't normal. Friends back home posted about engagements and babies. Here I was, questioning my entire identity because of a roommate. One evening, over coffee in our tiny kitchen, Ethan pushed gently. "You don't have to label it yet, but hiding it, that eats you up inside." I snapped back, defensive. "Easy for you to say. Your family's already disowned you. What do I have to lose?" It was cruel and I regretted it instantly. His face hardened. "You think that's easy? Try being alone at holidays because your dad calls you a disappointment." The argument escalated, voices rising until I stormed out, wandering the rainy streets of Brooklyn. That night, alone in a dive bar, I reflected on my life. High school crushes on girls felt forced. College hookups left me numb. Ethan represented something real, but pursuing it meant appending everything. Returning home, I found him asleep on the couch, a note on the table. Sorry if I pushed. Just want you to be happy. Guilt washed over me. This was the start of the storm. Internal conflicts bubbling up, threatening to drown us both. As weeks passed, our friendship deepened into something unspoken. We'd share playlists, late-night walks in Prospect Park, talking about dreams beyond the city grind. But tension simmered. I confided in my best friend, Mia, over lunch. She's straight, progressive, but even she hesitated. Alex, are you sure? What if it's just the proximity? Her words planted doubt. Was this real or convenience? Then came the first real test. Ethan's work event. A networking gala where he asked me to tag along as his +1. I agreed, nerves jangling. Dressed in suits, we mingled with polished professionals. Whispers followed us, subtle glances, assumptions. One colleague pulled Ethan aside. Didn't know you had a boyfriend. Ethan laughed it off, but I felt exposed. Later, in the cab home, I admitted, that freaked me out. He squeezed my hand. Welcome to my world. Little did I know, this was just the beginning of the societal pushback that would test our budding connection to its core. The gala aftermath lingered like a hangover. I woke up the next morning to Ethan brewing coffee. His usual cheer tempered by caution. We didn't discuss the hand squeeze or the assumptions. Instead, we tiptoed around it, focusing on mundane things like rent and groceries. But inside, I was a whirlwind. That brief touch ignited questions I'd buried deep. About desire, identity, and what it meant to cross that line with someone so close. Work became my escape. At the design firm, I buried myself in projects, sketching interfaces until my eyes blurred. My boss, a no-nonsense woman named Carla, noticed. Thompson, you're on fire lately. Everything okay at home? I mumbled something about inspiration, but truth was, Ethan consumed my thoughts. Our chats on the app had been safe, anonymous shields. Now reality intruded. One afternoon, I decided to test the waters. I suggested a hike upstate, just us, away from the city's judgment. Ethan agreed eagerly, packing sandwiches and water like it was an adventure. The drive was filled with laughter, old stories resurfacing. At the trailhead, under a canopy of autumn leaves, we hiked in companionable silence. Halfway up, at a scenic overlook, he turned to me. Alex, about the app. I liked talking to you before I knew it was you. That hasn't changed. My heart pounded. Me too. But this, us living together, complicates everything. He nodded, stepping closer. Only if we let it. Our first kiss happened there, tentative and sweet, the world fading to just the rustle of leaves and the warmth of his lips. Felt right, like puzzle pieces slotting into place. On the drive back, euphoria mixed with fear. What now? Back in the apartment, reality crashed in. My phone buzzed with a call from my sister, Emily, back in Ohio. She's my confidant, but conservative roots run deep. Hey bro, Mom's planning a visit next month. She wants to meet your roommate. Says he sounds nice from your texts. Panic set in. Tell her? Hide it? Ethan overheard, his expression sympathetic. Family's tough. Mine cut me off when I came out. But lying? It poisons you. I chose partial truth, telling Emily I was seeing someone, a guy. Her silence stretched. Then, Alex, are you serious? What about all those girlfriends? Defensiveness crept in. This is who I am. She softened, but worry laced her voice. Just be careful. Dad won't understand. The call ended awkwardly, planting seeds of doubt. Societal conflicts escalated. At a neighborhood block party, a tipsy neighbor cornered me. You and Ethan seem close. Like, really close. His tone dripped insinuation. I brushed it off, but inside, resentment built. Why did our relationship invite scrutiny? Ethan faced it daily. Microaggressions at work, like a coworker joking about gay agendas. He shrugged them off, but I saw the toll. Our first major fight erupted over this. I wanted to keep us low-key. He pushed for authenticity. Hiding means we're ashamed, he argued. I'm not ashamed, I yelled. But the world isn't ready. Doors slammed. Silence reigned for days. I slept on the couch, replaying arguments in my head. Was this worth the pain? Reconciliation came unexpectedly. Ethan left a note with breakfast. Let's talk. I care too much to lose you. We met at our favorite diner, hashing it out over pancakes. I get your fears, he said. But love shouldn't be a secret. Tears welled as I admitted. I'm scared of losing everything. Family, friends, normalcy. He reached across the table. You won't lose me. Post-fight, our bond strengthened. We navigated dates discreetly, museum visits, quiet dinners. But whispers grew. Mia, my friend, pulled me aside. Alex, this is fast. What if it's a phase? Her concern felt like betrayal. Phases don't feel this real, I retorted. Then the bombshell, Ethan's ex, Jordan, reappeared. A text from him popped up while Ethan showered. Miss you. In town, coffee. Jealousy flared, irrational but potent. When confronted, Ethan explained, old flame, nothing more. But doubt crept in. Was I just a rebound? Our talks turned tense, insecurities surfacing. Amid this, work threw a curveball. A client project involved designing for a pride campaign. Carla assigned it to me, saying, you've got that fresh perspective. Irony stung, I was living it. Researching, I delved into stories of discrimination, hate crimes, triumphs. It mirrored our struggles, fueling my resolve. One night, after a long day, Ethan and I curled up watching a documentary on LGBTQ rights. See, he said, we're not alone. I leaned into him, whispering, I know, but external pressures mounted. My mom's visit loomed, forcing a decision. Come out or compartmentalize. The choice crystallized during a heated family video call. Dad ranted about woke culture ruining America. Emily shot me a warning glance. I stayed silent, but rage simmered. After Ethan held me, you don't have to fight every battle at once. His support was my anchor, but the storm clouds gathered, hinting at bigger conflicts ahead. As autumn faded to winter, our relationship evolved, blending friendship with romance. Yet, the world's judgments loomed, ready to test us further. Winter in New York brought biting cold and shorter days, mirroring the chill in my family ties. Mom's visit was set for Thanksgiving, a holiday fraught with expectations. I decided to tell her about Ethan. In person, hoping her maternal love would bridge the gap. Ethan supported me, but worry etched his face. If it goes south, I'm here. The airport pickup was tense. Mom, with her Midwestern warmth, hugged me tightly. You look good, honey. City life suits you. Ethan greeted her politely, playing the roommate role flawlessly. Over dinner at a cozy Italian spot, conversation flowed, work, weather, small talk. But as wine loosened tongues, Mom asked, any special someone? I took a breath. Actually, yes, it's Ethan. Her fork clattered. What do you mean? I explained, voice steady. We're together. I'm gay or bi, I think. But I love him. Silence blanketed the table. Mom's eyes welled. Alex, this isn't you. It's the city influencing you. Ethan interjected gently. Mrs. Thompson, it's real. She shook her head. I need time. The evening ended awkwardly, her retreating to the guest air mattress. Next day, arguments flared. Your father will be heartbroken, she said over coffee. Think of the family. I countered. What about my happiness? Tears flowed. Hers from fear, mine from frustration. Ethan mediated, sharing his story. It gets better, he assured. By departure, Mom hugged us both, whispering, I love you, but pray on it. Progress? Maybe. But the rift hurt. Post-visit backlash rippled. Emily called, supportive but cautious. Dad knows. He's furious. Texts from him arrived. This phase ends now. Come home. I blocked him temporarily, heart aching. Ethan comforted me, but his own wounds reopened. Families can change or not. Mine didn't. Societal clashes intensified. At a holiday party, a mutual friend's offhand comment, "You two are cute, but isn't it weird being roommates?" sparked debate. Others chimed in acceptance versus tradition. I defended us, but exhaustion set in. Why justify love? Work provided contrast. The Pride Project flourished. Client feedback praised authenticity. Carla confided, "Proud of you, kid." It boosted confidence, but personal doubts lingered. Was I rushing? Ethan's ex, Jordan, texted again, inviting him out. Ethan declined, but I overheard a call. Friendly banter. Paranoia grew. "Are you sure it's over?" I asked. He reassured. "Yes, you're mine now." Jealousy fueled our next conflict. During a snowstorm, cabin fever boiled over. "You flirt with everyone," I accused. "That's not fair," he shot back. "Your insecurities are killing us." We slept apart, the apartment feeling vast. Reconciliation dawned with apology notes and hot cocoa. "I trust you," I said. "Good," he replied. "Because I love you. First I love you." Milestone amid chaos. But external threats emerged. Ethan's job faced scrutiny. A conservative client complained about his lifestyle after seeing us at an event. Boss downplayed, but Ethan worried. Visibility has costs. I felt guilty. My coming out amplified it. Then, a turning point. A community event at a local LGBTQ center. We volunteered, meeting others with similar stories. A panel on societal pressures resonated. One speaker said, "Love defies norms, but norms fight back." Inspired, we committed to openness. Holiday season tested this. Skipping family Thanksgiving, we hosted friends, queer and straight. Laughter filled our home, a bubble of acceptance. Mia attended, hugging me. "I'm sorry for doubting. You glow." Yet undercurrents stirred. Anonymous online hate targeted Ethan after a work post. "Fags ruin everything," one read. We reported, but fear crept in. "Is this worth it?" I whispered. He held me. "You are." As New Year approached, resolutions formed. I'd mend family fences. Ethan would advocate more. But a bombshell loomed. Jordan's return. Not as ex, but colleague on a project. Professional only, Ethan promised. Doubt nagged. The collaboration started smoothly, but late nights meant Ethan home late. One evening, I found a message. "Great seeing you. Missed this." Confrontation exploded. "What's this?" Ethan explained. "Old habit. Means nothing." But trust fractured. We took space, me crashing at Mia's. Reflection hit. My journey wasn't just about Ethan, but self-acceptance. Calls with a therapist helped unpack internalized homophobia. Returning, we talked honestly. "I need security," I said. "You have it," he vowed. Healing began, but scars remained. Winter thawed, mirroring our mending. Spring promised renewal, but unresolved tensions hinted at climaxes ahead, family reckonings, career risks, and the ultimate test of our love. Spring bloomed in New York, bringing renewal and fresh challenges. Ethan's project with Jordan wrapped, but the strain lingered. We recommitted, attending couples counseling at the center. Sessions unearthed deep-seated issues. My fear of abandonment, his of rejection. "We're building something real," the counselor said. Progress felt tangible. Family mending started slowly. I unblocked Dad, sending a tentative email. "Let's talk." His response was gruff. "If you're happy, fine, but don't expect parades." Emily mediated a call. Awkward, but a start. Mom sent care packages, including a rainbow mug, subtle support. Healing inched forward. At work, my Pride designs won awards, boosting visibility. Interviews followed. How does personal experience inform your art? I shared cautiously, earning allies. But backlash came. Online trolls, even a coworker muttering about agendas. Ethan faced similar at his firm. Promotion stalled amid whispers. Societal debates amplified. A local bill on LGBTQ rights sparked protests. We joined, signs in hand. Chants of unity clashed with counter-protesters' slurs. One shoved Ethan. I pulled him back, adrenaline surging. "This is our reality," he said later, bruised but defiant. Personal growth accelerated. I explored identity, reading books on bisexuality, realizing labels fit loosely. "I'm me," I told Ethan. He smiled. "That's enough." But conflicts peaked with Jordan's interference. At a networking event, he cornered me. "Ethan's settling." We had fire. Jealousy ignited, but I saw manipulation. Telling Ethan, he confronted Jordan, ending collaboration. "You're my future," he affirmed. Relief was short-lived. Dad visited unannounced, storming in during dinner. "This is your life now?" Eyes on our intertwined hands. Argument ensued, tradition versus love. "You're my son," he growled. "But this," Ethan stood firm. "Respect him or leave." Dad stormed out, but called later. "I don't get it, but I miss you." Fragile bridge. Summer heated up, literally and figuratively. We planned a getaway, Cape Cod, beach days and bonfires. There, away from noise, intimacy deepened. Conversations turned to futures. "Marriage? Kids? If we want," Ethan said. Dreams solidified. Back home, crisis struck. Ethan's firm downsized, he suspected bias. Job hunt stressed him, mood swinging. I supported, but resentment built. "Your job's secure, mine's expendable." Fight erupted. "Don't blame me." Space again, me reflecting on equity in relationships. Reunion came with vulnerability. "We're a team," I said. He agreed, job offers trickling in. Then the ultimate test, a family reunion in Ohio. I insisted Ethan come. Tensions high, relative stares, whispers. Uncle quipped, "City turned you?" I defended, "Love did." Dad intervened. Surprising. "Enough. He's family." Acceptance? Partial but monumental. Back in NYC, euphoria reigned. But a final twist. An old flame of mine, Sarah, reached out. "Miss you." Temptation flickered. Test of commitment. I declined, telling Ethan. Transparency strengthened us. As fall approached, our story felt complete. Trials forged unbreakable bonds. Yet questions lingered. Had society changed or us? Spring's arrival coincided with a surge in our relationship's momentum. After the winter's introspections, Ethan and I dove into joint activities that reinforced our connection. We signed up for a cooking class, laughing over botched recipes, and joined a hiking group where we met other queer couples sharing war stories of acceptance and adversity. These interactions normalized our experiences, reminding us that our struggles were part of a larger tapestry. On the family front, the slow thaw continued. I initiated weekly calls with Mom, steering conversations toward neutral ground before dipping into personal updates. She asked about Ethan tentatively, her curiosity a sign of progress. "He makes you happy?" she'd inquire. "More than I thought possible," I'd reply. Dad remained distant, but Emily reported softening. "He's reading articles you sent." Professionally, accolades from the Pride Project opened doors. A gallery featured my work in an exhibit on identity, drawing crowds. During the opening, Ethan beamed by my side, whispering encouragements. But not all feedback was positive. A review criticized it as propaganda, echoing broader societal divides. Ethan's career woes deepened. After the downsizing rumor confirmation came, he was let go. Performance issues, they claimed, but we knew better. Lawsuits crossed our minds, but energy waned. He freelanced, spirits dipping. I covered more rent, straining finances. "I feel useless," he confessed one night. "You're not," I assured, holding him through tears. This vulnerability brought us closer, but also highlighted inequalities. As a white, cis guy, my path seemed smoother. Ethan's, as an out gay man with a visible relationship, faced steeper hurdles. Discussions turned heated. "Privilege blinds you," he argued. "I'm learning," I countered. Growth emerged from discomfort. The protest incident galvanized us. Post-shove, we filed a report joining advocacy groups. Media coverage amplified our voices. An op-ed I wrote went viral, sparking debates on social media. Supporters outnumbered haters, but threats arrived. An anonymous email warning, "Watch your back." Fear united us, installing better locks, leaning on community. Jordan's meddling reached a climax at the event. His words stung, but exposing them to Ethan purged the poison. "Blocked and done," Ethan declared. Trust rebuilt, stronger. Dad's surprise visit was the emotional pinnacle. His initial outrage gave way to reluctant dialogue over beer. "I don't understand, but you're my kid." Tears shed, hugs exchanged. Not full embrace, but a foothold. The Ohio reunion amplified this. Amid barbecues and small talk, we navigated minefields. A cousin's genuine interest balanced an aunt's prayer circle. Dad's defense silenced critics. A turning point. Sarah's message tested fidelity. Nostalgia tempted, but clarity won. "I'm committed," I told her. Ethan appreciated the honesty, our bond deepening. As seasons shifted, reflections abounded. We'd weathered storms, internal doubts, familial rifts, societal barbs. Love endured, but at what cost? Fall leaves crunched underfoot as Ethan and I strolled through Central Park, hands linked without hesitation. The year's trials had sculpted us, stronger, wiser, unapologetic. Job-wise, Ethan landed a role at a progressive agency, championing diversity. My designs graced billboards, symbols of change. But scars reminded us, acceptance wasn't universal. Family dynamics evolved. Thanksgiving returned to Ohio, Ethan by my side. Dad grumbled but engaged, asking Ethan about work. Mom baked his favorite pie. Emily's kids adored him, calling him Uncle E. Not perfect, side glances persisted, but progress. Societal echoes lingered. News of anti-LGBTQ legislation sparked rallies. We marched, voices hoarse from chanting. Friends rallied too, Mia organizing fundraisers. Yet, fatigue set in. "When does it end?" I asked Ethan. "It doesn't," he replied. "We persist." Our relationship matured. Anniversaries celebrated with quiet dinners. Dreams of adoption whispered. Conflicts arose, petty arguments over chores, but resolved with communication honed by therapy. A final controversy stirred when my story inspired a blog post, anonymized but resonant. Comments divided. Praise for bravery. Accusations of pushing agendas. It gowned debates at work, with Carla defending, "Personal truth drives great art." Reflecting, I marveled at the journey. From app anonymity to shared life, discovery reshaped me. I wasn't straight, bisexual fit, but love transcended labels. As winter neared, contentment settled. We'd faced down doubts, emerging victorious. Is it true that true love can overcome any societal barrier? Or do hidden prejudices always linger to undermine it? With fall's arrival, our life settled into a rhythm of quiet victories and ongoing battles. Weekends were spent exploring the city, art galleries, farmers markets, where we blended into the diverse crowd without drawing stares. Ethan's new job invigorated him. He led inclusivity workshops, drawing from our experiences. "You're my inspiration," he'd say, kissing my forehead. Family integration deepened. During the Ohio visit, tensions eased further. Dad shared fishing stories with Ethan, a silent olive branch. Mom confided her own doubts, admitting, "I was scared of losing you." Emily's support was unwavering, hosting us for private dinners away from judgmental relatives. But societal undercurrents persisted. A Supreme Court ruling on rights sparked nationwide discourse. We hosted discussion groups, fostering allyship. One participant shared a coming-out horror. It mirrored my fears, reinforcing community importance. Internally, I grappled with fluidity. Attractions to women lingered faintly, but Ethan was my anchor. "Labels are tools, not cages," he reminded. Therapy helped navigate this, affirming my path. Controversies didn't cease. My blog post exploded, interviews following. A radio segment debated, is bisexuality a phase? I argued no, citing science and stories. Backlash included hate mail, but support outweighed. Letters from youth thanking me for visibility. Our bond faced one last test. A move. Rising rent, forced relocation to Queens, a fresh start. Packing unearthed memories. App screenshots, notes from fights. We've come far, Ethan mused. In the new apartment, we hosted a housewarming. Friends toasting our resilience. Mia raised a glass. To love that defies odds. As the year closed, gratitude swelled. From secret crush to life partners, the revelation transformed everything. Conflicts, social, familial, personal, forged unbreakable ties. Yet, questions remain, sparking endless debate. Is it true that discovering one's true self through unexpected love always leads to happiness? Or can societal pressures ultimately force conformity?